Chapter 19. New Clothes 3. This was the first time Xu Qing used all his strength. This punch directly caused thunderous claps and created an explosive boom when it landed on Fat Mountain's body. As a result, Fat Mountain's entire body shuddered immensely. The air barrier formed outside his body then shattered inch by inch as his inner organs churned wildly. Tu. When the sound of coughing up a mouthful of fresh blood rang out, the killing intent in Xu Qing's eyes grew even more intense. After that, the iron stick appeared in his lifted right hand, and Xu Qing's body swayed as he brushed past Fat Mountain, who was retreating in a hurried manner. The iron stick then followed with the flow it pierced toward Fat Mountain's head. But at the next moment, Xu Qing's expression drastically changed as he decisively retreated with explosive speed. The instant he retreated, Fat Mountain's eyes revealed a hint of ruthlessness. Two black lines abruptly drilled out from his ears and flew toward Xu Qing's face one after another, producing a whooshing sound through the air. These two black lines were none other than winged centipedes. Their speed was extremely fast, and they were about to reach Xu Qing in the blink of an eye. However, Xu Qing slashed out with his dagger using his left hand and directly sliced them apart. The last one was only 7 inches away from Xu Qing's eyes when he finally killed it. This dangerous scene caused the killing intent in Xu Qing's eyes to deepen as he charged over again. During the window of opportunity created when Xu Qing retreated, the churning of Fat Mountain's inner organs also recovered somewhat. At this moment, his rotund body continued to retreat rapidly. His hands performed a set of mudras, and his face instantly flushed red. A moment later, he spat out a mouthful of poison mist at Xu Qing. The mist churned with an exceedingly large radius, floating towards Xu Qing. Everywhere the cloud of mist passed by, crackling sounds could be heard. From this, one could see how intense the poison was. After he finished doing all this, Fat Mountain's countenance was pale, and his fat belly got reduced by an entire size. He retreated once more. There was ruthlessness in his gaze along with some lingering fear. Xu Qing's strength had exceeded his expectations. He didn't expect that despite him being at the 3rd level of check condensation, in addition to his poison attacks, he had actually failed to kill the other party in a single blow. Also, this poison mist was one of his ultimate killing techniques. If he could still do nothing to his opponent, he would have to shout for help and cause Xu Qing to feel trepidation. However, if he shouted for help, it most probably would be very difficult for him to obtain that item of force for. Actually, he still had a taboo item he didn't use. The side effect of using this item was exceedingly great, but he still took it out. It was a piece of amber. As he hesitated in his heart, he glanced at the area that was covered in the poison mist where Xu Qing was in. However, the instant he glanced over, the poison mist suddenly started parting violently in all directions as Xu Qing's figure dashed out from it. His speed was so fast that Fat Mountain felt his eyes being dazzled. His heart pounded, and he wanted to crush the amber with his right hand and shout for help. But sadly, it was already too late. A raven-black iron stick shone with incomparable sharpness and instantly penetrated his head with the ease of a hot knife going through butter. As a result, fresh blood splattered out, landing on Xu Qing at the side. Fat Mountain's body stiffened. He wanted to turn his head but failed to do so. His corpse then slowly fell to the floor and became motionless. Not glancing at Fat Mountain's body, Xu Qing panted as he warily regarded the surroundings with vigilance. This place was a remote location. After ascertaining that he didn't attract any attention, he quickly moved toward Fat Mountain's corpse and took away his leather pouch. Just when he wanted to use the poison fang, Xu Qing suddenly noticed that Fat Mountain's right hand seemed to be holding something. Hence, he pried his fingers open and saw a piece of amber that was half cracked. This item looked ordinary, and there didn't seem to be anything miraculous about this save for the fact that there was a scorpion tail encased within. Xu Qing carefully kept it. He then melted the corpse and only left speedily after the corpse had turned into a puddle of blood. As he departed, he wiped away the bloodstains on his body and vanished into the night. Old Master 7th and the servant walked out from the darkness at this moment. He then gazed at the location where Xu Qing vanished. Old Master 7th wasn't really concerned about the fight between Xu Qing and Fat Mountain. But after a moment of thought, he revealed a look of sudden realization. I understand why that brat didn't wear his new clothes. He must be afraid that it would be stained by blood. He must have been living in poverty and would feel heartache if the new clothes got stained. The servant who was at the side also breathed a sigh of relief. Throughout this entire day, Old Master Seventh had been wondering why this brat refused to wear his new clothes. Right now, there was finally an answer. So, this meant that he didn't need to keep hearing and pondering over the reason why every time